It started moments before a Wednesday press conference involving the mayors of California's big cities. Governor Gavin Newsom shared an encounter he had with a Target employee after seeing a shoplifter.
Some guy walks out and drops something. My 14-year-old says, "Sir, you dropped this." And he comes back, he picks it up and keeps walking out. As we're checking out, the woman says, "Oh, he's just walking out. He didn't pay for that." I said, "Well, why aren't you stopping him?" She goes, "Oh, the governor." Swear to God, true story on my mom's grave. The governor lowered the threshold. There's no accountability. I said, that's just not true. And I said, we have the 10th toughest, $950, the 10th toughest in America. She doesn't even know what I was talking about. And I said, it's just not true. They're still stopped. They said, well, we don't stop them because of the governor. And then she looks at me twice and then she freaks out. She calls everyone over, wants to take photos. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a photo. We're having a conversation. Where's your manager? Hopefully all the reporters weren't on for that.
It's happened again. 4 women run off after stealing from the CVS pharmacy at Van Ness and Jackson in San Francisco, this time just before 6 Monday night. It's the latest grab-and-go crime in San Francisco that's forced many drugstores in the city to close. The man who took this video tells me he feels sorry for the workers who have lost their jobs or have had their hours reduced because of what he called out-of-control shoplifting. Now, three of the top cities for organized retail theft in the United States are in California. LA's #1, San Francisco's #5, and Sacramento is #10.
Of the 15 largest counties by population, San Mateo and San Francisco had the highest rates in 2022. And rates in these counties increased by 53% and 24% respectively compared to 2019.
The rapidly increasing prevalence of retail theft as an issue has created a workplace safety crisis among our members and our customers.
At the end of the day, this is a very real problem that is going to impact the communities in substantial ways that will be here for decades following the closings of these stores.
Businesses robbed and vandalized seem like common sights in the Golden State, and the price tag is adding up. The National Retail Federation says companies lost $112 billion in 2022 due to organized retail crime, with Sacramento ranking #7 for worst cities in America when it comes to this issue, and small businesses are feeling the hardest punch.
There's no bouncing back from this. This is devastating. It's permanent damage, financial damage, emotional damage.
The Public Policy Institute of California found incidents of retail theft jumped nearly 30% since the pandemic.
California's crime spike extends beyond violent crime. Take a look at property crime in the Golden State. Reisig notes we were below the national average until 2014. That's when Prop 47 significantly decreased the penalties for drug possession and thefts under $950.
In 2014, after Proposition 47 was passed, you actually had an increase in reported property crime.
But post-COVID, property crime rates spiked again, pulling away from the national average even more.
What changed post-COVID? Is California doing something different than other states?
The administration has expedited the release of people from prison, tens of thousands, and it has had an impact in the community. Look around. When you start seeing product locked up in your neighborhood stores, the stores leaving California and closing because of theft, we have a crisis. And the data, unfortunately, is not accurately depicting the extent of it.
Now, the governor's office did not respond to our request for comment on this data.
Hopefully all the reporters weren't on for that.
Yeah, some of the reporters were on. So Newsom needs to speak to your manager because the lady at the register didn't recognize him, or because he wonders why he's paying for stuff and other people can steal it for free. That's kind of what we're all wondering, Gavin.
Do you think President Biden should do Fox interviews?
I wonder now if I should do any more after the last few appearances. So I'll leave that to President Biden. Our message is working. Our values are American. They're universal values. Our policies, Republicans begrudgingly celebrate and accept. I heard the governor here in his State of the State last night, and he talked about these new EV investments in his state. Really, Mr. Governor, that tried to oppose that and is sitting there with Trump? They can't even help themselves, but they're beneficiaries of all this because that's the character and decency of the Democratic Party, that we support people even if they didn't support us in the election.
One other important thing kind of looming over this, obviously, a lot of discussion of President Biden's age, which raises the question, if something were to happen to Biden.
Okay. If something would happen to any of us.
Right.
All right.
So what happens? Is it
Well,
is it Kamala Harris?
Well, we know that. She's the vice president of the United States, absolutely, by definition. Something happens to me, it's the lieutenant governor of the state of California.
I'm talking about as the candidate. I mean,
yeah. Oh, come on.
So she's the nominee.
We all spend time with Biden. Spend time with him. It's 3 hours on photo lines, on 3 events a day, then giving speeches. Are you kidding? At 80 years old to be in that kind of health? I have no issues whatsoever. And by the way, I'm an old-fashioned guy. You know, I think Bobby Kennedy said it best. What the world needs are the qualities of youth, not a time of life, a state of mind, a quality of imagination. That's Joe Biden.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.